it from? He probably gets from the JordanBlog.com.
Highest rated. Let's see. Most viewers, game 1 through 7. What's this? Is this for the finals?
This is finals, yeah.
Okay, so average.
This is the 2024 finals versus the Mavericks.
Okay. All right. Oh, so this is just showing every year. Oh,
well,
so
no,
this is
no,
nothing.
I'm showing
yeah,
it.
go to the highest. Look,
no.
look,
2017. Here it is.
Yeah.
2017
No,
Warriors in
yeah,
Cleveland.
Keep going. Keep
that
going.
Was the
go
highest.
to the real
2016.
Numbers.
No,
go to the real numbers.
Was pretty damn
keep
high.
going down to the real numbers. Those numbers are low. Go down.
2004. Look at that.
90s. Go to 90s.
18 million. Oh, wow. You're right. Oh,
yeah.
98 Bulls.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
99.
That's real. 29 million. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Jordan moves the needle. Like, that's just period.
I mean, wait a second.
Yeah, no.
Rating.
Yeah, there's no wait a second. That's the, yeah.
I mean, these numbers go all the way back to 80. That doesn't make sense. 14 million viewers.
Yeah.
Nobody's watching this shit back, man.
Yo, I'm telling you, people don't watch the NBA as much anymore. 5.8. Look at 2024.
But
11.3.
But this also
that's
pause,
huge.
Pause.
Look at.
All right, I get it. But the way people consume media is different too. So if you
Lakers
count
Heat
for,
was low.
Well, that was the pandemic.
Yeah.
And that's different. I don't know if or whatever. There is a thing that you can't. There's the unmeasurable reach when you're talking about people who are streaming this stuff. Watching people do reaction content to it and watching the game at the same time, where groups of people are watching somebody else watching the game, or when all of this stuff, the information is being consumed differently, not on regular TV. So this metric here is kind of bullshit because it doesn't really explain the reach that they get from social media. If you do the analysis, and this is a fact, NBA on social media is the biggest sport on social media year round. Like the Jordan clips, the LeBron clips, the highlights, like they have literally House of Highlights, all these pages, Bleacher Report, all of that stuff.
Yeah, Jordan is still a big part of that. He still drives the needle.
I'm talking about current games where they're showing highlights of players. Where they're showing, now, mind you,
Jordan also keeps the NBA relevant. Jordan still does keep the NBA relevant
because he has nice shoes and all this other junk that people buy. That's
and people
different.
Still talk about
him. No, that's different. You can't slap a logo for Gatorade on his shoe, right? So that Gatorade logo is on the court, on the Instagram clip, on the TikTok clip, on the TV clip, and people are seeing that logo.
Ways to monetize it is one thing.
Let me
people
put it this way.
that want to see the game is another. I'm talking about people that want to see the game. I'm not talking about the derivative of the thing that someone on their phone.
People are watching.
Fell into a bar and watched it.
That's different. It's not. It's the same. No, it's not. They come for the action, the highlights.
So you don't think back in the 90s that people had parties to go over people's houses and watch the game? So that 29 million could be 70. So I mean,
well, I'm just saying, but people consume differently now. These kids are attached to their iPads.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. And parents are too cheap to pay for the nice cable package where they get the NBA or whatever. So you don't know how these people are consuming it. There's back channels to doing that.
Well, again, and we didn't know how many people were watching it when in a
you
group
did. That's
because
right.
more people in a group. No, I'm saying in a group setting, you might have 7-8 people. The family household was a lot more back in the 90s. Then you had your friends over. Then you might have had 20 people in a house.
And how much
shit
was on TV?
That doesn't happen anymore.
In the 90s, not everybody had cable.
When the last time you had somebody over to watch a basketball game? Used to be a thing. You remember that?
Yeah, I know, but now people could watch. My wife does not give a fuck about basketball. She wants to watch Real Housewives. She will leave the room and watch Real Housewives if the NBA Finals are on. It's hard to get
Jenna
her
doesn't.
watch.
Yes, Jenna doesn't watch.
Exactly. Before, it would be a family affair because that was the only thing on TV because you had 4 channels to watch. You're not the dog. You always compare apples and oranges. It's so weird.
No,
I don't understand.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
that
if you're going to
make an era, you're talking about an era that doesn't exist. The TVs aren't black and white anymore.
No. All I'm doing is taking your same metric because you're telling me all the ways that people can and why the numbers can be more.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you that the numbers can be more inflated.
Yes. But also, overall TV ratings are down for media, any media that you on news channels, everything. Fox News is the biggest news channel, and they right now, but they're getting half the ratings. They were, a third of the ratings that they used to get back in whenever, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever. Don't quote me on that. I don't even know if that's true. But either way,
but that doesn't mean it's a bet. That doesn't mean
differently.
YouTube.
So do you believe like a YouTube? If a game is shown on YouTube and gets 100 million views, does that count? Like if it's on YouTube,
what do you mean 100 million?
If you see 100 million views on a YouTube video, of a basketball game,
if they watch the whole game,
if they watch the whole game. You don't have to watch the whole game. Nobody gives a fuck about the whole game.
I'm saying the whole 100 million views. What basketball game has 100 million views?
No, they might. I'm just saying if there was a game.
Well, yeah, because that's views. I mean, I think, right? I mean, I don't know how the bots and all that work, but all I'm saying.
But you're still stuck on the physical copy, like when we were talking about the Drake stuff last week. I was like saying, like like the streams to me is a good barometer for regular people because it shows how much you actually consume the music. Because then, you stream the song 50 times. That shows how much you like the song. Like you could play a CD once, and put it away, but you already sold that unit, right? That one unit.
Yeah, but I think what I'm looking at it differently, just mentally, because I look at things right, and it could be based on I'm older now, whatever the case may be. But
you're
my
old.
experience,
you're that guy.
No, I'm just saying. Look, it's like anything else, right? If my son is really into something, I know he's really, really into something based on how much he tries to get me to get him something or want something or this, that, and the other, right? There was it's not as much now as it was when we were kids, where we saw an ad on TV or we saw something we'd be like, we'd be looking for something for Christmas that we saw like, oh wow, I can't, in an ad and a commercial, and we'd be like really looking forward to that. Kids aren't really like doing that anymore. However, kids are doing that for some things, and those some things I take a liking to when I'm describing them, if in the same tone that I would for something I had a visceral feeling for. So if I'm comparing the feeling or how someone's getting it or how someone wants it in the same way.
It's different now, though.
Regardless of, I know, but certain things aren't different. Certain things don't change.
No, it is totally different. Nobody gives a fuck. I don't watch the whole game all the time. You don't even watch the games. They're exciting too. Some of these things.
But there's going to be a time, just like when Shohei Ohtani came into the MLB. Completely changed the whole dynamic of the MLB, brought a whole new dynamic, a whole new era to the MLB. He's the face of the league. Even people that don't watch baseball know who he is. That is an effect that some players have, and it doesn't give a shit about how you're watching, when you're watching, what era you're watching in. Some people have that effect, and some people don't. You can still be great. You can still be amazing. You can still be famous, people love you, but some people have a certain effect, which in my opinion, Jordan had that special effect that no matter what, you stop and watch and you want to see the next player, what he's going to do. And I think that translated into people wanting to watch basketball and watch the games and all that. And it'll happen again. There'll be another somebody, maybe Wemby, when he's healthy.
LeBron had that effect. LeBron...
Well, no, he did. I agree. When he first came into the league, I was watching when he was playing. Like, I'm like, I'm watching his games. But I think what happened is the league just got people just jacking up threes, and everybody's just fucking doing whatever. It's not even like
there was, and I'm looking here, the Lakers. I'm just looking at finals. We can't, again, the finals are different. It's like, it's like just comparing the Super Bowl to a regular game. But there was a point between maybe 2003 till LeBron's first finals, like people were watching or started to watch. Oh, wow. Wow. So Spurs versus Cleveland was pretty low rated. Because, they knew they were going to sweep Cleveland, but that was LeBron's first one. That's weird. That's 2007. What was going on in 2007? Oh, that was the Depression. And motherfuckers was losing jobs and shit, remember?
Oh yeah.
And then Barack came in and saved everybody. Saved corporations at least. I'm looking at the numbers and I'll share it with you. But like right here, then 2008, and then they started going up when LeBron moved, got in with Miami, and then we saw that eight years in a row he went to the finals. 11 million here with Golden State, and then it was good again. But the numbers are gonna go because social media has changed the landscape and the different outlets that we have to watch these things. Like you go watch an NBA game on your phone, all this stuff. These aren't measurable you can't measure that on a Nielsen box. But
No.
you know how many every game right now I could watch it on HBO Max, Hulu, ABC, ESPN.
But
All
but
four
what
of
I
those
but what I
tonight,
but
any
what I
game.
but what I will measure it
One game.
on but what I will measure it on is how many people come to me and actually ask me, "Did you see the game last night?" I don't get that.
Nobody does that. Nobody does that anymore.
Well, just see it or talk to me about it. Who won? Who played? Nothing.
No,
No
because
one
you can
says
see
anything.
the highlights on the ESPN app on your phone.
But
You
no
know
one's
who
even
won, who
talking to
played.
me about the highlights. No one's even saying, "Did you see that highlight?"
Because they saw
How
it on
cool that dunk
Instagram.
was. But so
They see it on
okay, so we're
Instagram.
all just watching.
When was the
it,
last
no one-
time we
and
lamented? Anthony Edwards has dunked over some
you know
dude
what's
and
funny?
rubbed his
You
nuts
know
in
what's
his
funny?
face. Nobody
I'm not
gave a
even
fuck.
I'm not even a big fan. I'm not even a fan of this movie, and this is gonna be super nostalgic because I'm not a fan of this movie. But when this shitty movie came out called Blair Witch Project,
I went to the
everybody
theater to
asked
see
you,
that.
"Did you see it? Have you heard about it?" There's a
Yeah.
part in there about X, Y, and Z. There's certain times, and I don't
That
care how
movie
you're
pissed
watching
me
it.
off.
I don't care the medium in which you're watching it. I don't care what it is. If it's gonna be something that people are gonna want to talk to you about it,
Bro.
they're gonna mention it to you. They're not just
Bro.
gonna stay in silence, watch the highlights,
There's
and
so
assume
many
you've seen
movies,
the highlights.
dog. There's so many movies that came out that were better than that now. Like I could give you a list of movies.
It's
like
not the market will dictate. It's not about better.
no,
or
no,
this,
it's not
that, and
about the
other.
market. It's the way people consume media now. It's totally different.
This
Totally
it's-
different.
What I'm saying
It
is
doesn't
that
matter. Public sentiment that if you saw it in the theater or whatever, theaters now are for blockbuster movies. They're not for indie flicks like that. No, not like that. A cult classic is now straight to Netflix. Like look at all the Netflix movies that do well.
But I'm saying is that we have certain things that'll go right, quote unquote.
remember
viral,
Bird Box? Remember that movie
and
with,
people will
Sandra
talk about.
Bullock?
But people will talk about these things.
That's a
people
big
will
movie.
ask you. Yes, but when's
That
the
was
last
on
movie,
Netflix.
or when's the last movie? You know, we have shows or whatever that get big, and people actually talk to other people about it. Have you
Squid
seen
Games.
this? Did you know about this?
Squid
You're
Games.
telling me. Yes, you're telling me. Everybody watches it. No one talks about it because they know you've seen it. I'm saying people, if they talk about it, come to me and ask me questions or say, "Hey, did you see that dunk?" People don't say that. People don't question
Because
or, that what a game.
sports-
That what a game last night. Close game. No one says anything.
Okay,
Like,
so
people
that's
just-
that's different. Nobody gives a fuck about that. No, because that's
well,
why.
that's what I'm saying.
That's
But there
part
will
of the
be a
problem.
time. There
No, but
will
that's
be
part
a
of the problem. They
time-
care more about LeBron and Stephen A. Smith than they care about LeBron winning a game or whatever.
That's
They care
because
more-
the league sucks right now. That's
no, it
why
doesn't.
they care
They're
about
playing
that more.
incredible basketball. Cleveland and OKC are fucking doing phenomenal numbers and doing all this crazy stuff that nobody cares about.
But I mean, I don't know. I think me personally,
The
I just think
quality
it's a
is
lot
what-
of I
Dog.
just think it's a lot of 3
Shea
point.
Gildas Alexander, fucking
No, they're highly skilled. They're highly skilled. I just think
Jokic
like
averaging a triple double right now.
Yes. highly the amount of 3-pointers just jacking up this and I don't know. It's just a different. It's a different.
It's a different game, and you're the old. Oh my god, you're the old guy. Like I remember
I'm
back
not-
in the day when Jordan was doing this and that.
But
and
again, Hugh, what I'm saying is, it's not about back in the day. There are
That's what
things
you
that
keep-
people talk
you
about.
keep referencing
NFL,
shit that
NFL,
happened in the past.
Yes, NFL used to be back in the day. But you know what happens on Monday? People actually ask me, "Hey, did you see that game?"
You know
hey,
why?
Whatchamacallit,
Because
what-
there's only
because
16
people watch the
NFL
NFL.
games.
No,
Your
okay,
team only
you know
plays
what?
16
You know what?
games.
You know what?
Or
There's
18
16
games,
NFL
whatever
okay,
it is
okay.
now.
Okay, to your point, there's 16 NFL games in a season. Guess what? There's 10 every week. There's 12 every week, and people
Yes,
are asking.
and it
yes,
dog,
and how many are with basketball?
How many people watch MLB like that? Not many. Dog, MLB is 163 games a year. Right?
NFL is the king. NFL is
Have
the
you ever
king.
been to a
Everything else-
baseball game in the middle
Yes.
of summer? It's empty.
Yeah,
Empty.
NFL is the king. There's no
Empty.
comparison.
Yeah,
NFL because it's
16
good.
games. So 18,
Because
no,
it's good.
18 games. Dude, if they had
It's
a
a
schedule
good
where they were
product to
playing 80
watch.
games,
It's
80
exciting. It's fun.
no,
Like
dog,
it's fun to
it's
watch. The
because it
NBA is
only
monotonous. Okay,
NBA
Lauren,
is
you're
not
not a
monotonous.
sports
It's very
fan.
fast paced.
Yes.
So,
but have you ever been to or have you ever watched football, like a Super Bowl or playoff football or anything? Have you ever
I
sat and
have.
watched an entire basketball game, like a whole from start to finish?
No. And I know most people they talk about the NFL more than the NBA from what I know. And I don't even
Yeah.
watch sports like that, but
Yeah, no one talks about
it's
the
just more
NBA.
popular.
The highlights are fun.
NBA
the highlights
people
are
who follow NBA. I follow
look,
NBA. I follow all the players.
I
You
do
don't.
too. I try
you
to
don't.
follow.
I be
I try
telling
to
you some
follow-
stuff. You're like, who? Who's what? Who's
No,
Nikola
no, I try to
Jokic?
follow,
Who's
but
that?
it's too many games. It's too
Luka
many
what?
games.
Yeah, Luka
you know what they
who?
should do? They got to shorten the season, just do tournaments.
Oh, shut the fuck up. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
just do
stupid.
tournaments.
Just do tournament play. That's stupid. It's like they did that stupid All-Star. This year's All-Star game was terrible. No,
Just do the record.
Just do the record. You have to do
Oh
street
yeah,
ball.
that's another point. The All-Star game, horrible.
No, because they tried different bullshit.
At least the
It doesn't work.
NFL got smart. They got rid of the Pro Bowl because you know why? Because nobody watched it. They were smart. They changed. NBA is like just making the product worse with the All-Star game. Get rid of it.
It's a good NBA
And then the
All-Star is an
And
event.
the stars don't do the dunk contest, which is a huge problem. Honestly, that destroyed the All-Star weekend. Stars not do. I mean,
Well, it
yeah,
doesn't-
these side
okay.
players doing the dunk contests.
You know, there was a point in the early 2000s where, nobody wanted to do the dunk contest either. Like there was scrubs in the dunk contest then too.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
That's when I think like Jason Richardson and them was getting in there.
I don't even know who. Yeah.
Yeah, you say you followed him. Yeah, yeah.
Not back then. Now I do.
Oh, but
you know?
Jason Richardson
Mac
is
McClung,
that was.
champion NBA All-Star basketball dunk champion. Mac McClung.
Oh man.
Whatever, jumping
But-
over friggin' whatever.
Anyway,
But
Jordan.
no, the
MJ
ratings are the ratings, yes. Also, I feel like going back to our main thing with LeBron and Stephen A. Smith, we went over a wild tangent. But that whole like thing about what we were just talking, like nostalgia and looking back on the eras and all that type of stuff, has hurt the NBA as well, because the media does not like these old media guys do not appreciate what the younger players are doing. And it started with LeBron. The hate for LeBron was from day one. His own team hated him. They're like, oh no, he ain't gonna do shit. Oh, so he brings them to the finals in 5 years as a 22-year-old. He does this and that. He carried a whole team on his back for 7 seasons. Goes to Miami. He starts winning there. Nobody, oh no, he's never gonna be like Jordan. Starts winning in Cleveland. Starts winning in LA. Does all this stuff over the years. Becomes the highest scoring person. He's still going at 40 years old. Nobody gives a fuck. Why? Because they always compare him to Michael Jordan, who objectively as a human was a horrible person. And secondly, did not care about the league. He only cared about himself. He left the league twice to do whatever the fuck he wanted to do. You know why? Because he didn't like that, oh, they weren't bringing Phil Jackson back. Oh, well, I'm not going to play for nobody but Phil. You know why? You know why he didn't want to play for nobody but Phil? Because he can't win with nobody but Phil. He couldn't win with nobody. That's proven. From the beginning of his career to the end of his career. When Phil Jackson was not there, he didn't win shit. LeBron won with 4 different teams, bro. Like 3 different teams. 3 different teams. 3 different teams. Different coaches. Different co-stars. Right? Jordan had a super team on his second three-peat. Nobody ever says that that's not a super team or that is a super team. No, you just had Dennis Rodman, who's the motherfucker? Pippen, Jordan. The 2 best defensive players in the league and the best offensive player on one squad. That's like it sounds a little like the Golden State Warriors, don't it? I think two really good offensive and defensive players and a whole bunch of really good role players. And them Golden State Warriors were no joke. But you know who took them out? LeBron. They had to go get KD. They had to get Kevin Durant. 7 foot. That's the 7-foot gorilla that was that fucking Michael Jordan was jumping over in the mystical movie Space Jam. In real life, you can't do that. Like Kevin Durant would be in his way, blocking his bitch ass shot. That little mid range that he had. Kevin Durant would be blocking that. Spider.
I'm just in closing.
Whatever.
In closing, I'd like to say I'm glad that MJ is still prevalent today as much as he was then.
Yeah.
It's great to see that he has fans and anti-fans alike.
No, it's not. It's real
It's-
people who are realists.
It's a compliment
realists.
to his. It's a compliment to his amazing prowess on the basketball court. So I'll leave it at that. But I gotta jet.
Yeah. Elon Musk and Michael Jordan are your favorite people. I love it.